My goal for 2026 is really to focus on how we can really elevate the conversation around multi-generational living, around all of the benefits to families, around how to do it well, around all the tools available, the financial benefits, the emotional benefits, the relational benefits. I really want to elevate that conversation. I really want to help families who are interested in this way of living find ways to make it easier, more doable, more successful, and help other professionals serve these families better. That's my goal. There comes a time, somewhere after 50, when you realize home isn't just about where you live. It's about how you live. It's about who you're becoming and what you're ready to make space for. I'm Julie Ford, real estate expert and longtime wellness coach, and someone who's lived in a multi-generational home for the past decade while reinventing my life and my business. And this is Home After 50, a podcast about what it really means to find, shape, and come home to a new season, to a new home, to a new version of yourself. Whether you're thinking about upsizing, downsizing, moving in with family, or just asking bigger questions about what's next, you're in the right place. Each episode, I will share stories, insights, and real strategies for women redefining home and life on their own terms. Because after 50, home isn't just a place, it's a calling. And this time, it's yours. Welcome back to Home After 50. I wanted to record a short, kind of quiet episode today. No big announcements, no guests today because we're heading into the holidays here. And these 2 weeks leading up to Christmas and to New Year's, last 2 weeks of December, basically for me every year, are a time where I really want to try to pull back on all the things that I'm doing and make some space for quiet, for the holidays, for family. We're having about 30 family members here on this Saturday for our family holiday party. It's a tradition that Rod and I inherited from another family member last year for the first time, and we're continuing it on. It's kind of nice to sort of like pick up the baton and make sure that you can help be a part of helping family traditions continue. So it's something we really enjoy and we're looking forward to a lot. And then my son is coming back to visit from Colorado for Christmas next week. I'm really excited about that. I haven't seen him since just after he graduated from college in May, which seems crazy that it's been that long, but we are really looking forward to that visit. And then we have friends coming to stay with us, some dear friends, lifelong friend of my husband and his wife from Portugal. So we will be really in the festivities and the celebrating and the hosting, and I just want to give myself some space to honor that. And I hope that you're able to do that too, because when we hit January 1st, even though I say this all the time, it's really not sort of like a natural time in our bodies and on the planet and on the earth, at least in the Northern Hemisphere, to start new things. There still is always that buzz after the first of the year of, everybody kind of getting back into the swing of things. And it's a little bit hard to avoid, especially if you have a job or you have a business that requires your attention. So I hope that you're able to give yourself a little bit of time for relaxation and connection and a reset in a quiet way over these next couple of weeks. I also want to share a little bit about what I've been hearing from families who are interested in multi-generational living over the past few weeks and months. A lot of people reach out to me. I have a lot of tools online, my free multi-generational living guide, my multi-gen family toolkit, and people download those resources and often reach out to me either to schedule a clarity call, which I'm always happy to do with you, or to send an email and just let me know how the guide or how the toolkit has been impacting their families. And I've heard the most beautiful things, and I so appreciate when everybody takes the time to tell me the difference that they're making in their families. One woman told me, and this was so great to hear, that using the toolkit to schedule a time to talk with her family and to to invite her family. She was the mom in this situation, moving in together with her adult children and grandchildren. And she shared with me there were some things that she really wanted them all to talk about, and that using the toolkit was a way to help make it easier to introduce the topics and just even the need to schedule a family meeting where they could sit down and with appreciation and gratitude for each other, just talk through some things that were, they could be sticky, like boundaries and privacy and money. That's really what the toolkit is all about. If you're watching this on YouTube, if you're watching this on video, I'll hold it up here so you can see it. This is the toolkit. It comes as a PDF bundle. It's really 7 tools in one, and I'll link it in the show notes. If this is something that, might be helpful for you and your family, it really is a beautiful resource. And I just loved hearing from her that it kind of took the pressure off to be able to say to her family members, hey, I found this tool. It's really helping me think through some things a little bit differently and how I think we can plan for, they're moving in together, I think in the beginning of the year. And, she was able to say to them, it's helping me think through some things, helping me think of some questions I want to talk with you about. And it just sort of took the pressure off of her being the one to feel like she was initiating everything and creating the need for a conversation. It was more leaning on the toolkit as a way to help start the conversations. And her family was really receptive to that. And they had a beautiful, beautiful conversation that was really, really good for all of them. And she's feeling really excited about the move. So that's something that comes up, and people see each other around the holidays. They see their family members, and it's not generally a time where we're sitting down over Christmas dinner and, planning our move, although that may happen too. It's just more likely that the topic could come up a little bit, could be present, or especially if you're seeing aging parents around the holidays, you might be noticing some things that aren't working for them. They may bring up some things that aren't working for them, and it just might open a door to a conversation about multi-generational living. And I just want you to know that there are tools available. I have, extensive support available, especially through these clarity calls. So I'll drop all that in the show notes in case that's something that is something you need or you want to explore, so that you have more resources for that. The other thing that's kind of been coming up is that I've had a lot of real estate agents. So I'm a real estate agent. You all know that by now. And I have I think many real estate agents that listen to this podcast as well, that follow me on Instagram, especially Facebook too, a few on TikTok. And I have a lot of agents reaching out to me asking for support with their multi-gen clients. So as we all know, multi-generational living is growing, and it's growing fast because we have this elder care crisis, because we have an affordability crisis, especially for the younger generation. Combining households just makes a lot of sense. And real estate agents across the country are being approached by families who sometimes have 2-3 houses to sell and then another one to buy together. And they may be, and some of them are, such wonderful real estate agents, highly experienced, so professional, so much knowledge and expertise on the real estate side of things, but they haven't had to travel this road with a multi-gen family. They haven't lived it in many cases, and they haven't had to support people through complex transitions. So they're reaching out to me for support. How can we work together? How can I provide coaching, mentoring, support? So I've really been thinking about ways that I can help these agents better serve multi-gen families. So I've been doing a couple of things. I created a resource where if you are a multi-gen family or someone looking to create a multi-gen home, you can fill out my agent connector hub. I'll put a link to that in the show notes as well. And I can connect you with a great agent in your local area. And in that case, when I do that, when I make the referral, I stay along as the guide on the side, pretty much in my coach and senior certified senior advisor hat role. And so I can make sure that everybody has the support they need, the real estate agent expert on the ground locally, and me, usually through Zoom or phone calls, providing the other kinds of support that's needed to make sure that the multi-gen move is a success. So that's one way. And my clients do love that because I get paid through the real estate referrals, so they don't have to pay extra for my support. So that's one way that I can help. And I was been thinking about potentially licensing my multi-gen guide for other agents to be able to use with their clients. And I've been working on that. We've been creating it in a way that can be customized for real estate agents. But what I realized is the more I thought about that and the more people reached out to me with questions, the more I realized that I didn't want to just hand that off without additional support because I really don't think that multi-generational families moving in together are going to be well served by working with an agent who doesn't have some depth of knowledge around everything that needs to be thought of through the whole process so that everything can be successful. There's just a lot of complexities to it. So, what I'm going to do, and I'll be launching this in a week or so, I am actually creating a mentoring program for those agents where they can use my multi-gen guide, they can use my other tools, they'll be licensed to use them, but it comes with coaching and support from me. So if you are a real estate agent who's listening to this and you either have multi-gen clients now or you see them coming or your clients are talking to you about multi-gen situations and you are not an expert in this area, you're not fully prepared to support them, this might be something that could be really interesting to you. So I will also link to my agent newsletter in the show notes. So you can, if you get on the agent newsletter, you'll find out when I drop the mentoring program. And I'm really excited about this because there's so many ways that we can help multi-gen families together. And I can't wait to implement that because I know we're going to raise the standards. We're going to raise the level of service that we're able to provide to families. And that's what I'm interested in doing. I want this to be successful. I want families like mine who move into multi-gen homes together to experience all of the benefits of that and think through all of the complexities of it that they can ahead of time and get more support with that so that they can be successful and not frustrated, not run into some roadblocks that some families do if they haven't thought about all of those things ahead of time. So good news for you, if you're a multi-gen family, there will be more agents out there who are prepared to support you. And if you're an agent who's interested in this type of work, and I want to say, you need to be a compassionate, patient, dedicated professional. This is really advanced level work. This is going to be like an advanced practicum, an advanced membership. It's probably not for new agents. I'll just be clear about that. I wouldn't rule that out entirely, but this is an area that you really need a level of professionalism and expertise and support in. So if you're a great experienced agent out there who's interested in this work, I hope you'll reach out to me. I hope you'll get on the agent newsletter list and stay in touch with me about that because I'd love to partner with you in that program to better support families. So that's kind of it for me for now. I do have some other tools I'm launching for agents that are more focused on branding and building an authentic business and growing on social media like I have this year. And I'll be announcing that in the coming week or so too. So as long as you're on that agent newsletter, you'll hear about that. And other than that, I am really going to try to take a step back, take some time off over the holidays, enjoy my family and really soak in everything that's happened this year. I hope you're on my newsletter list actually, because I will be sending out a year-end recap of everything that happened this year, things I'm grateful for and excited about. It's been an amazing, incredible year in my life, 2025 has. And there's a lot to celebrate, a lot to reflect on. I'll send that out between Christmas and New Year's probably. So I'll also make sure there's a link to get on my newsletter list in the show notes. So if you're interested in that, you want to see that, I'd love to share it with you. I'd love to have you be on that newsletter list and keep in touch with you about everything that's coming up because my goal for 2026 is really to focus on how we can really elevate the conversation around multi-generational living, around all of the benefits to families, around how to do it well, around all the tools available, the financial benefits, the emotional benefits, the relational benefits. I really want to elevate that conversation. I really want to help families who are interested in this way of living find ways to make it easier, more doable, more successful, and help other professionals serve these families better. That's my goal. I'm glad I just said that out loud. I think I just articulated it in a way that I hadn't simplified and really quintessentialized what I'm focused on in 2026. But yeah, I'd say that's it. All right, have a great holiday. Whatever holidays you celebrate, I hope this season is a blessing for you and that you have some quiet time, some connection time, some love, and some peace. I will see you in 2026. I'll be back. The podcast will be back the first full week in January. So see you then. Thanks for tuning in. If today's topic resonated with you, I would love to hear from you. You can email me at julie@julieford.com. Just remember, no E on Julie. And if you're someone who is living in or creating or just thinking about a multi-generational home, I hope you'll visit my website for resources, julieford.com/multi-gen. You can grab my free multi-generational living guide or my newly published complete multi-gen family toolkit to help you have a successful multi-generational home. Thanks so much for listening to Home After 50. If this episode resonated, I'd love it if you'd come hang out with me on Instagram. I am at It's Juli Ford, ITSJULIFORD. Just remember, no E on Julie. That's where I share ideas and behind the scenes about multi-generational living, real estate, business, and creating a next chapter that you love. And if you're curious about whether multi-generational living might be right for you, you can grab my free guide. It's in the link right in my Instagram bio. It's a simple way to get started imagining what's next. Because after 50, home isn't just a place, it's who we're becoming. See you next time.